7 of these players were in City's FA Youth Cup winning side only 20 months ago. 3 are still teenagers, and one of them, Ian Brightwell, the 19-year-old son of British Olympic athletes Anne Packer and Robbie Brightwell, has been given the man-sized job tonight of stopping Everton's midfield general Peter Reid, whose own appetite for the game in recent weeks has belied his 31 years. Everton have a depth of experience that includes 9 full internationals with over 100 caps between them, and this team is unchanged from the one which won 3-0 away at Norwich on Saturday. Joe Worrell of Warrington is the referee, and Everton start the match attacking the goal to the left against second division Manchester City, who are the most successful League Cup side still left in the competition. Twice previously the winners in 1970 and 1976. First throw of the match to Everton, taken by Gary Stevens. And it's a severe test for the City youngsters, this. The crowd around 40,000. Oh, he's played it back to Adrian Heath. Almost a disaster right at the start. Hinchcliffe's the left back. The back pass to Nixon, and little number 8 Adrian Heath stole in on that and didn't get any force behind the shot. Nixon was able to handle it safely. Well, that would have been a disaster. Came off Van den Hauwe, and Trevor Stephen back to Neville Southall. Now back as an England international, Gary Stevens. And the important thing for young City here is certainly to settle the nerves and not do anything silly in the opening few minutes. Watson got a foot in. Now Wilson. Poynton. Oh, Goodman came across well, and he's kept it in play. And this is Van den Hauwe. Nixon was waiting for it to run into the penalty area, and it didn't carry. In the end, had to kick it into touch. Neil Poynton. And he's looking for some movement and finally finds Snowden. Wilson. And that'll again be Everton's ball. Ian Wilson signed from Leicester. Heath. And that'll be a corner to Everton. Came off McNabb. And Trevor Stephen, who's gone across to take it. Watson and Van den Hauwe have both come up from the back. Shot by Reid. Oh, brilliant stop! And again! Brilliant saves by Eric Nixon. The one-handed stop from Peter Reid was out of this world. Well, he's earned his corn in the first 5 minutes, the young keeper. The City players applauding Eric Nixon. Well, this is a boy who wrote to Manchester City requesting a trial from non-league football, and 2 important stops. The first from the shot by Reid, and then when Heath looked to poach on the rebound, he stopped it again. Reid. And it'll be Everton's throw. Put into the crowd by Steve Redmond. Well, that'll give the City youngsters a boost of confidence if they think that goalkeeper Nixon's in that sort of form tonight. It was by Stewart, and that again will be an Everton throw. Again, Everton are very bold in pushing players forward here. They've only left Van den Hauwe at the back. No offence. This is Simpson. Now Reid for Everton. Flicked on by Stephen. Oh! Adrian Heath! Everton take the lead. 7 minutes gone. The cross was absolutely perfection. Heath timed his jump just right to knock it wide of Nixon, who denied him only 60 seconds ago. Everton, the favourites for this trophy, ahead against second division Manchester City after only 7 minutes. Oh, that's a good ball from the back. This is Brightwell. Simpson in support. Stewart's in the middle, so too is White. Stewart. Well, and Manchester City just reminding Everton that although they've just taken the lead, there are still 73 minutes of this Littlewoods Cup quarter-final to play. Redmond kept it in. And from the point of view of the spectacle of a game, I suppose Everton's goal at the start of the match was the worst thing that could have happened. This is White. 15 minutes left in the first half. Stewart able to turn. He's got Lake forward. This is Paul Lake. Yes! Oh, so close. Paul Lake has the ability to play in a variety of positions, occupying midfield for City today, but he likes to go forward as well, as we saw in the Littlewoods Cup tie against Watford. And he must have been 6 and 9 inches away from equalising. And that really is the first decent strike that Manchester City have made, and it's taken half an hour. Redmond. Forward by Clements. Stewart. McNabb. McNabb again. Well, after that tortuous opening 20 minutes for Manchester City, they've certainly come more into the match as we've approached half-time. And here comes Poynton. Trevor Stephen, who's popping up all over the place. And look at the space for the full-back Poynton. Still in play. Sharp had the shot, and it was desperate defending by Manchester City. But at times, City's defence seems to evaporate. The space there for the full-back Poynton to come forward. Well, I mean, they were inviting him to put in a cross. And that's foot up against McNabb. Manchester City will be desperate not to go in at half-time, 2 goals down. Eric Nixon organising his wall. Can't quite make up his mind which side of the goal to stand. Reed's on the ball for Everton. Teed up for Stephen. Oh, hit the post! And Heath put it over! All that was lacking from Everton was the final touch. They worked the free kick marvellously. Teed up for Trevor Stephen, who hit it just wide of Nixon. It clipped the bottom of the post, came back to Adrian Heath, and with the goal at his mercy, he put it 2 feet too high. Well, Manchester City never had any doubts about the size of the task here. And the second half begins with them under pressure as the first half finished. Gary Stevens, faced by Simpson. Trevor Stephen turned, and McNabb was wise to that. And Van den Houwe came in quickly. And that'll be City's ball. Came off Wilson. Had to come really deep, Stewart, to find possession. Sharp, nicely inside for Snowden, who's into the penalty area. Heath looking for someone in support. Trevor Stephen trying to tee it up for Snowden. And away finally by Brightwell. Well, Everton have started this second half as if Colin Harvey has told them to come out and wrap it up, because that's what they didn't do in the first half. Although they led 1-0, failed to get a goal which would really begin to wrap it up for them and put them into the Little Woods Cup semi-finals. Sharp still in possession, and that was cool. David White, who played it back to his keeper. Redmond who jumped the highest, but this is Trevor Stephen. Lovely curling cross. Sharp makes it 2-0 in the 59th minute. Trevor Stephen, the provider, and just when it was looking as if Manchester City were beginning to grow in confidence, Sharp's 14th goal of the season has now surely wrapped it up. Trevor Stephen's control again was immaculate, and it was a lovely curling cross. Beautifully inviting ball for Sharp to get up and head past Nixon. And City's process of learning continues. That'll be a free kick. So Graham Sharp battling for the number 9 shirt with Clark. And Manchester City, having seen that second goal go in, make an important substitution. They're bringing off Kenny Clements, who doesn't look too happy about it. And they're sending on young Ian Scott, who's just 20 years of age. With just 20 minutes left. And Goodman will now take the free kick. Stewart, headed it back well. Wilson. It's a mountain for Manchester City now. Stewart. He's got White in support. Now there's a bit of space for him. It's a good cross. Simpson. Oh, it's blocked. Hinchcliffe. Watson's header. And City will get it back. Well, what City have done is they've pulled leg back to replace Clements at the middle of the back four, and Scott, who's a midfield player, has gone in there to try and give them more bite. The official attendance just 14 over 40,000. Wayne Clark, who'd gone out wide. And that's the final whistle. Everton go through to the semi-finals of the Little Woods Cup. The professionalism and the experience of Everton, too much for the young team from Manchester City. And Everton win by 2-0. First by Adrian Heath early in the half, and the second which wrapped it up from Graham Sharp. And a final scoreline at Goodison then of Everton 2, Manchester City 0, but City's value is in the experience.